The pumpkin would not have better chances. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to that place well north of Nelforge, the West Road Gateway. The team is in Cephalville. The team has gone into the sub-basement of a house that stood on a location many years ago and found Newbury's Keg Tap and some black puddings.
Mm-hmm.
The question now is what they're going to do with either of them.
Cook them and eat them. And do with puddings. Because they have slightly corroded my axe, and I am furious.
Furious is kind of the standing order for the barbarian, really.
No, but I mean like emotionally furious, not just like, okay, I'm going to do more damage. Now I'm like, I feel it.
Aww.
Now I want to hurt them.
Once I realized that I could have made my weapon magical, I'm really freaking salty that I didn't get to fight this thing more.
Freaking salty.
I'm so salty.
That's a plan.
Okay, where exactly are we right now? We are already outside of the...
Presumably you've gotten back up to the ground floor.
Mm-hmm. And the black puddings are biding their time until the sun goes down.
They appear to be.
So what can we do? Pelt them with firebolts?
You're going to have to take it. You're going to have to take stock of your inventory and remember what did and didn't work.
Fire did work, didn't it?
Fire did work.
Well, I've recently realized that I can make my weapon magical, but then I risk letting it get corroded. So magic works.
Do we have anything that burns? So, like, yeah, something flammable, as Koi was just writing.
Yeah.
I was thinking of gasoline, but I think we don't have that.
We have oil.
We have oil.
If only we had some hot pockets that we could microwave until they were like nuclear hot.
Oh my gosh.
That would burn them.
Let's try it with this oil, I think.
Come to think of it, Saphir tried oil too.
I did.
Got it to burn for a round or two.
Round or two.
While we're thinking about this, I'm going to look in the immediate area, say, 30 to 50 foot radius around the door. Or are we still inside, or are we outside now?
Now, I believe you climbed up and outside just to make sure.
Okay. I will just see if there's anything around in the area that might be useful. Like if someone dropped hey, if black puddings escape, drop this little Alka-Seltzer into them and they would.
Maybe there was.
While the people who can cast magical spells are trying to put together their spells, I will look for something of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Hello, John.
Hello.
Well, that's almost everybody now. They're going back over the incidents of last week and trying to remember what did and didn't work against them black puddings.
Well, let's see.
Vicious mockery did work, didn't it?
It did.
Strangely enough, yes.
Did anyone try burning them?
Yes. Fire does work against them.
Yeah, fire was working, which is why I brought up my fiery sword.
Right.
Okay, then I'm going for the moment. For the moment, I'm going to just snipe a firebolt at the things.
Okay. All right. Are we in initiative yet, or
No, no.
we're
You are
still in
currently
discussion phase?
you are currently disengaged from them. The party is above ground, taking stock of the situation.
And one of the stocks is that they are coming up the walls.
No, they are not. They're waiting because
Not yet, anyway.
we have sunlight outside, and we think it's the sunlight that they try to avoid. It could also be that they just stay inside forever and don't even want to get outside, but we don't know.
Then again, of course, at night there won't be sunlight anymore.
Yes.
It doesn't seem to me like slicing would do much to them.
Yeah, it
No.
didn't when Tess carved through it. And actually, it occurs to me something should have happened at that time that didn't. That I'll be fixing that on further interactions.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I must admit, I looked them up on the wiki or whatever it was.
On the whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah, or on the whatever it was. And yes, there is something that should have happened when the slicing didn't seem to do a whole lot. It would have done something, but whether that's good or bad is debatable.
Remains to be seen, yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm just firing a firebolt into one of them. Maybe that gets a reaction.
Is that what we're trying?
Yes, Kogoth fashion, it grows a mouth and says, "Hey!"
Well, let's see. It climbed up to the It climbed up to the basement, and you're sort of poking your head in and shooting a firebolt at the one that's at the top there.
Yes.
Roll to hit.
Roll to hit. I hit. Because I rolled a 17 and plus 5, that's more than 20.
Yep. That
So
would do it.
I do damage.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's not so good. Wait. What was that? That was a 6.
6 points of damage to it.
Yes.
You have, in fact, hurt it farther. And it starts climbing up into the basement. Few problems with that. First, that basement has a wooden floor. And when it sort of starts clambering across the floor there, it just falls right through.
And lands down.
And there's not much floor left.
Well, there's plenty of floor left. It's just that each time it starts climbing up around the wall, then settles on the floor, falls through again.
Curse my corrosive nature.
It's
Yeah,
eating away on the floor.
Right. It's disconnecting the floor from one wall of the basement. This is only really a problem if you're concerned about it.
And we're not, so.
Yeah. What was in the basement again? There was some old supplies that were already rotten.
Pretty much. Rotten to the point that they no longer stank.
Okay.
The process of rot had even given up on it.
Mummified.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or it's like beef jerky.
Okay. Does anyone have a better idea than throwing firebolts at it?
Well, I got a 13 to investigate around the area, so maybe that'll be like a couple rounds to see if there's any.
Okay, you can you can safely say there is no reason that there would Yeah, they had not foreseen anything like this happening above ground.
Hmm.
You do find where there used to be a pulley in the roof above that hole in the floor, but given that that part of the wall is just sort of fallen over there and the pulley is a half-decayed construct of stuff, that's not terribly important right now. Yes, indeed, stone does not dissolve. The walls of the basement are stone, and it is climbing along those.
Turn it into stone.
Oh, sweet. How long does it take to make a stone axe?
Probably longer than you have in this particular case.
Um,
Can I throw rocks at? I'm gonna get some like good sized rocks and start hucking rocks at it.
Actually, on that investigation check, I'll give you the rocks.
All right.
Or did that come out wrong? It's been so long since I've done phrasing.
No, that sounds fine.
Oh.
And he's like, no, that's good, that's good.
I'm going to rain down rocks on its puddingy head.
Yeah. That was probably like a D4 damage.
That sounds about right.
Feels improvised-y.
Roll to hit. Because there is one just sort of... It's sort of this bleh on the wall. Just under the trap door.
That's actually not too bad. I rolled a 15, so with my strength, that'll be a 17.
That's a 17. That'll hit.
burning rocks at it.
I didn't get any D4s out. I didn't think I was going to need them.
Would you like me to roll for you? Remembering that these are my dice.
Okay, I'm good now.
Okay. Probably just as well you didn't let me roll for you. These roll terrible.
That will be... I rolled a 3, so with my strength, that is 5 damage.
5 damage? Okay. This one pudding is sort of a semi-discorporated... This pudding is looking a little loose.
Wow.
Well, you have done quite a bit of damage to it beforehand.
Yeah.
This is the one you had been striking at.
Still impressive.
And it is making its way up the ladder. Remember the wooden ladder you climbed down to get to that sub-basement?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Basically.
So you're getting a pudding in your personal space. You might want to do something about that.
Is my action up yet?
Well, tell you what, since this is going to become relevant in a moment, roll for initiative. Whoa.
Okay, contact me next week when it's my turn.
Well, what did you roll?
I rolled 2. I do have a +1 though, so
Okay, so that puts you at 3.
yep.
And I get another storm warning.
Storm warning.
Ooh, yeah.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
Mm-hmm.
Let's summon
Oh,
the
it's been
cloud.
the severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled. That's nice.
Oh.
Oh.
That's polite of them.
It is other appointments.
No, it wasn't a storm warning, it was a lack of storm warning.
Yeah, that sounds much better. Okay, so Tess has a 23.
Heck yeah.
Saria has a 20.
Was that initiative we're rolling?
That's initiative we're rolling.
All right.
Argyle has that 15.
I zoned for a second. I'll roll mine now.
Warren has a 15. I need to sort these into order.
I feel like a giant just throwing boulders down at things now.
There we go.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Considering I have fuck all as a modifier, it's lucky.
Okay, let me also note everybody is above ground now, so those notes don't mean much. And we begin. Oh, Argyle, you're still on the broom.
Yes. Although, now that we are upstairs,
You've had less reason to use it.
I have less reason to use it. I could.
Well, okay, the reason to use it just came above ground.
Oh, so then I'm using it again.
Well, it's just gotten above ground at this point. We're going to start... Oh, for crying out loud.
What's all these noises going off?
What now?
Oh, we're going to get a typhoon.
It's a new severe thunderstorm warning.
Oh no.
So,
Yeah.
considered.
As long
Been
as
getting
it's
these-
not a molasses
Been
tidal
getting
wave.
these for the past 2 days.
I'm getting a flash flood watch, interestingly enough.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, we begin with Tess at 23.
All right.
There is
Were
pudding
there-
up here.
Were there more rocks,
Yes.
or did I just find the one? Okay.
Mhm.
I'm
Some of
going to
these
grab
might
the
have,
next
some of these
one.
might have been part of the either decoration or foundation of the house.
No.
Convenient.
Take a big one for D6 damage. You can lift that stuff. You are strong.
My strength is only 14.
Oh well.
I'm more of a speedy constitution-y barbarian. I will grab another one and pluck it at the pudding and
Attempt to rock the pudding to sleep.
yeah. Rock it into the quiet night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that might miss.
It might miss. What did you get?
I rolled a 5, so my result is 7. I'm sure that would miss.
That actually hits.
What?
Oh.
Wow.
Turns out black puddings aren't very dodgy.
Right.
True enough. All right, then. I will continue with my joyous shot pudding and roll some damage.
Shot pudding.
Yeah.
It sounds like it should
putting
be.
rocks.
Well, okay, yeah. Okay, you're shot pudding at the pudding.
Oh,
Well, now that
Shot
it's been
pudding.
shot, it's a shot pudding.
yes.
And how much did you shot that pudding for?
5 damage.
Wow.
Okay, good news. It has, it sort of slowly loses its hold on the area around the floor. Just sort of slumps back into the hole, and you hear it tumble down through the hole it made in the basement into that sub-basement.
Do we hear it tumbling down or pouring down?
It's a little of both, really.
You hear like a splorch?
Yeah, it's a splorch. Mhm.
Nice. Take that.
Wow.
Okay, and that one has been that one has been, for all intents and purposes, dealt with.
Mm-hmm.
The bad news is there is one coming up behind it, and it looks much fresher.
Oh boy.
Especially just absorb the other one or something.
Nah, I didn't do that. Maybe later. Sarya at 20.
What the heck is going on?
I think she's wiping her lens.
Oh yeah, it did look like there was maybe something on it.
It was in my purse overnight.
That could do it. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I have your character here.
I like throwing rocks now.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about technique.
I'm considering throwing rocks myself now, although
That'll just be our go-to attacks from now on. We throw rocks at the dragon.
I think I'll probably stick with my flame blade. Because I don't think me throwing rocks would work very well.
Okay, and does Flame Blade effectively enchant the weapon?
Well, it's a
Oh, it's a virtual sword?
yeah, pretty much.
This is something I
Downloadable.
should. This is something I should be looking up.
Are you talking about Green Flame Blade, the cantrip?
No.
It's a druid thing. It's probably a first level spell, I would guess.
That sounds about right.
First or second.
Yeah, second level.
Flame Blade, second level evocation.
Cooler then.
You
Or
evoke
hotter.
a fiery blade in your free hand. Yes, that'll be a slashing weapon. It's a burning weapon. Let's see.
Pretty good spell.
Use your action to make a melee attack with the fiery blade. On a hit, the target takes 3d6 fire damage. And that is concentration up to 10 minutes.
Yep.
So don't take damage.
I will try not to.
Of course, you're using a melee weapon against a pudding. You
Right.
know, pseudopods.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
As needs must.
yes, exactly.
Trying not to get eaten. Are you taking an initial stab at it?
Yeah.
Okay, that involves you maybe reaching just a little bit into that hole, because it's not up on the surface yet.
Right.
But you have a strike if you're really intent on it.
Mm. Yeah.
The planning continues. Amy?
Yeah, just
Okay.
15.
15 would hit. Roll me some damage.
Burn some pudding.
That's 8.
8 points. You do some. You do give it a burning. May I suggest, since it's probably going to come above ground next round, you may want to disengage and move away.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would probably be what I would do.
Okay.
I'm not the type that would just sit like just stand there like a sitting duck.
And let a big ooze engulf you. That would be bad. Definitely bad. So, Saphir at 19.
I'm going to channel divinity into my, weapon.
Divine
Halberd.
Smite?
Channel divinity, and I'm also going to use divine smite. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Channel Divinity will give you an effect, and Divine Smite will add some radiant damage to that, I believe.
Indeed.
Okay, what are you smiting with?
My halberd.
Okay, so that does... Let me check.
And so I have +3 to the roll. 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 6. Yeah, it's around.
Yeah, give me the damages separately, please.
Oh, okay. So.
So you do a 1d10 with the halberd.
Yeah, 1d10 +4. So I rolled a 1. So 5, and then with radiant damage.
Is this...
Excuse me.
Oh, it's Sacred Weapon that you're using it on. Okay.
Yeah, 2d8 extra radiant damage. So let me grab another d8.
It does count as magical.
It does.
Yes, and it is a magical weapon at this time because I'm channeling divinity into it.
Okay.
And it will continue to be a magical weapon. Okay,
Mhm.
so I only did 5 regular damage. No, well, magical damage.
Right.
But I did 8, 9, 10, 11 extra radiant damage.
Okay, so 5 regular, 11 radiant damage.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, good to know.
five magical, I guess.
And if this thing is undead or a fiend, it does more, but I'm guessing it's not undead or a fiend.
Fiendish pudding.
My understanding is it would be slashing damage.
Like magical slashing damage.
Yeah.
It-
Magical. I think it does slashing. Yeah.
But is
Even-
the radiant damage also slashing, or no?
no, radiant is a type of damage,
Right. So yeah. So it.
like slashing.
Yeah, so it does
And
5
this is-
slashing and then 11 radiant.
And this is how the system differentiates what kind of damages things do to things,
Got it.
how things resist things, and what things trigger what events.
Yes.
Like in
No,
this
that
particular-
sounds terrible.
It's undead, but it's not, is it?
it's not undead.
All right.
Tell you what, though, you take a slash at it,
Uh-oh.
you burn the pudding, and in addition,
Uh-oh.
you carve into it, and something happens. Maybe sort of mitosis.
Oh no, I split it. You guys, sorry.
Yeah, one half of it falls falls back into the hole. The other half is the other half is still just below the surface.
You cleaved it in twain.
Mm-hmm.
I did.
You clove it. You clove it in twain.
Clooved.
I don't know how that works. Cleft. It's been cleaveded.
Cleft works.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
There was some cleavage.
And it just went there. Warren at 15.
I'm going to work on building a wall over the opening using stone.
Okay, the problem is finding a stone big enough to cover this hole.
Yep. So I'm off in search because I have no other means of making fire.
Okay.
You can join Club Rock Throwers. It's very popular now.
Okay, you're looking for a stone big enough to put over the hole, which is a good and noble thing. Give me an investigate roll to see if you can find one. Big enough to cover the hole, but small enough for you to lift or manage into place.
That might be tricky.
Yes.
Especially given that we saw it like sneaking underneath something, I think a little while back. Like it was squeezing
Sneaking
through a
or
narrow
more sort of
space.
oozing.
Yeah.
Okay. On that roll, Warren, you are unable to find, just in the vicinity, you look around, and you're not finding any rocks that look suitable to your task. You are still free to do something else if you so desire. Oh, chucking rocks, they're a little easier to come by. Turns out Tess has sourced many of those already. So, chucking a rock?
Rocking some chucks.
Okay. Rocking the pudding. Roll to hit. $18 should hit.
I hit with a 7. Yeah. I should hope an 18 hits.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a d4 plus strength damage.
If you get another 18, I'll be impressed.
Okay, 6 more damage to the top pudding. This one is also fortunately smaller than the other one. But only because it's half of it. Okay, that was Warren's action. Argyle rocking the broom.
Mm-hmm.
Broom in the rock.
I'm going to
At this point,
Try
Firebolt may be your A game, although I haven't looked attentively enough at your other spell effects.
yeah, I'm not big on fire here. Firebolt is my only fire spell.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and channel it away from the others. So I'm
Okay,
shooting
so-
at its furthest front part to in the hope that it will turn away a bit and that I can buy some time for the others.
Okay, so you're trying to shoot at its back part in order to bring it forward and looking delicious at it. I could have that wrong.
I'm shooting at its front part
Mm-hmm.
to make it retreat a bit, so it doesn't reach Tess and Zarya and so on.
Okay, trying to keep it down in the hole for a bit. Okay, give me the attack.
Mm-hmm. Ha! That's not so good.
What did you get?
F4 and plus my 5. That makes 9.
That hits.
It hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you, black puddings
yeah,
ain't
right.
very dodgy.
Yeah, true. True. Okay, then let's see about the damage, and the damage is another 6 again.
Okay. You are eating away at this pudding.
Nom 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 nom.
Warning, do not actually eat black pudding. Yeah. Okay, then we come to Thagak.
Oh, it's Tuesday already?
Yes.
Eh,
Also, notice who hasn't gone yet.
the pudding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The pudding also rolled a 2.
Either. Okay.
Yeah, the pudding rolled
Well,
a 2
then.
and does not get initiative bonus.
Okay. The most effective thing I've found so far is my cantrip, Vicious Mockery.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, I'll say something about giving some vicious mockery to the viscous mockery. And, that should give it a wisdom save, which either it'll blow it for sure, or else it doesn't even have to save because of targeting difficulty.
What does it have to save against?
12.
An integer.
Yeah, I rolled a 12. With its wisdom modifier, it fails to save.
Yes.
Wisdom modifier of negative.
So you D1 do 4 to it?
Yes, 1d4. Let's see, just a
Yeah,
second.
I said you D1 do 4 to it.
Yeah. Yeah, 3. 3 points of damage, and it's at disadvantage for its next action.
That's the important thing here.
Vicious Mockery is very nice. It's good for when you have few enemies and they're scary.
Who would have thought that a pudding wouldn't appreciate being mocked?
Yes.
It must have a thin skin or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
some of that roasting.
Over the fire some more. That'll fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're
Okay. Yeah, it is the pudding's turn. And it is going to come up. It is going to
never
well,
good
it's
when
not,
the pudding
it's
comes
not
back
so
up.
much looking around as just searching for a good target. And who would that be? It is going to attempt a strike. Let's see. Actually, let's see. Tess and Warren have been throwing rocks. Saphir.
On the other hand, I just said something really hurtful.
Give me a moment. Okay, so you're at range as well. Saphir and Saria are in there with melee effects. That sort of weights the move toward them. However, let's see. Puddings is dumb, so let's try that.
Dumb.
Be back in a little bit, hopefully.
Yeah. Okay. The pudding gets above ground and starts oozing off in the direction of Argyle.
Ooh.
Who he can't reach.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because I guess you're staying about 10 feet up with the broom?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
15, if possible.
Okay, and the second one gets up into position to come up next round.
Mm-hmm.
So you have one pudding up, a second pudding on deck. Tess
Do these cleft puddings look weaker than the original pudding?
Yes, they do. It's
Yes.
sort of these are more individual servings.
Okay.
Yes. Also, the two halves are one size category smaller.
Yeah, the original pudding was large.
Right. So they're both medium.
They're medium now.
So if we wanted, if we play our cards right, we'll have 8 small pet puddings. But the other thing though is that when they're small or smaller, they don't divide anymore. They just take damage.
Also, I'm not seeing where the. Okay, that was James dropping out. Okay. Okay, so Tess is going to take her shot with the boulder. I'll roll this for her. That was only a 9, but it hits. Doing 6 points of damage. At least there's one die that likes her. And we come around to Saria.
Yay. Okay, I'm gonna try to hit it again with the sword.
Okay. Run in / disengage, run out.
Yeah. That's a 13.
Okay, 13 will hit, doing some damage.
Alright. Oh.
With that sounded positive.
That's 12.
12 damage.
Yeah.
That pudding does that sort of sag in the middle. The pudding has fallen.
Woot.
Oh,
Nice.
so it wasn't a pudding; it was a souffle.
Yeah, we are having too much fun with this.
Yes.
It's great.
And we come to Saphir next. There is one pudding in the hole.
I'ma smash it.
Do the smashy smashy.
I'm gonna do this
With the halberd?
Yeah, with my divine blazing halberd.
With your divine blazing halberd.
Okay, yeah.
That divided it the first time.
All right.
I just bring this to your attention.
But what?
That you multiplied it.
Use the flat of the blade.
I multiply it by how?
You cut it in half, and then there were 2 of them.
But they were
Alright.
smaller,
They are weaker, but they are 2.
and one of them we finished off like
I think when I channeled, though, it only channels on the weapon I'm using at that time.
Yes, and the halberd does slashing damage, which causes that effect.
I do have a piercing weapon, but then I would have to channel divinity again.
And the question is if a piercing weapon would even hurt a pudding.
Yeah, I'm going to risk it. Like,
Okay.
they're going to be small enough that I'm pretty sure we can take them out.
You're gonna switch channel divinity to the piercing weapon and attempt to stab it.
Sweet. 10 plus 4.
14.
So that's 14. It's weird because I have +6 on my hand axe and short sword, but +4 on my halberd.
I think you have a +2 due to some other effect on your character.
Oh.
So that might be correct.
So +4 is correct. Yeah, it should be. It should
Okay. In any case, you hit.
Anyway.
And you're using the halberd?
Yeah, 14 damage.
Okay, how much of that was slashing and how much of that was radiant?
I haven't rolled my 2d8s yet, so
So
the
that
14
was
just
the
slashing,
14 was just slashing
and then there's 4 radiant.
and 4 radiant.
Indeed. And it's magical. The slashing is magical.
Okay, and once again, the pudding divides. It is a smaller size now. Definitely not fun size, though. And
Maybe not
they
for
are,
you.
and they are. Well, I'll give that one a dex save, considering. Who?
Oh, I need to make a dex save?
No, I get. Okay, you just split the pudding again.
Oh,
There are now 2 small ones.
right.
Not with very many hit points each, but as I was pointing out, it's to hit and damage are apparently not diminished by being smaller size. That's the danger of splitting these things. Yeah, but that second pudding,
It's weaker. It's weaker.
yeah, it's weaker, and that second pudding just sort of. It's funny. You almost see a tendril or two clambering to hold onto the stonework, but it goes plop, plop, and falls to the basement again. It'll take it some time to get back up.
Nice.
So you have a smaller pudding to deal with, and Warren will be the next one to deal with it.
Yay.
4 damage to the pudding on deck. Okay. This pudding is looking small and weak. Maybe still dangerous. Argyle on the broom.
Mm-hmm. Is one of these 2 closer to anyone than the other?
Yeah, at the moment you have one pudding that is ready to come up to the surface, but it hasn't had the opportunity yet, and one pudding that has fallen back down and will be making its way back up shortly.
Okay. So I only have one target anyway.
You only have one target anyway.
Okay, then I'm going to hit it. And I hit it.
With a firebolt?
With another firebolt, and
Mm-hmm.
again 6 damage.
6 damage.
Mm-hmm. That seems my go-to damage now.
Yeah, this is a very wiggly pudding now. This pudding is probably about to fall apart the way that other one did. We're to Thagax action now.
well, I'm going to see, yeah. Okay, yeah, burn. Burn like grandma's favorite pudding recipe. And then Cajun pudding now. And that's another vicious mockery.
Mm-hmm. You're attempting that, and you're, yeah, it has to make a wisdom save. Oh. Bad luck, I'm afraid.
Wow.
because it knows it is not a cooked pudding.
Yes. Well, then it only would have been 1 point of damage anyway. But yeah, the disadvantage would have been nice.
Yeah.
Or actually, is the disadvantage from my last vicious mockery still lingering?
Now, there's an interesting philosophical point. This is half of the pudding you mocked previously.
It is, yes.
Huh.
It's
Yeah, this is a corner case, so I'm going to determine randomly which pudding has the disadvantage.
Huh?
Oh, this should be interesting.
Okay, I have that answer. And now the pudding that is at the top of the trapdoor is going to climb up, and it is going to go for a target. Let's see, Saria and Saphir are still relatively close, but it'll have to move to get them. Okay. It is going to come up, and it is going to go after Saphir.
That's fair.
Okay. It launches. Okay. It climbs up the hole, moves toward you, and a snaky pseudopod reaches out to clutch at you. Oh. 23 to hit.
Yeah.
23.
That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right.
I'm guessing that's the one that did not get disadvantage.
That did not get disadvantage. Yes, I'm afraid so. Here's the problem. Hear how many dice I'm rolling?
Yeah.
23 acid damage.
Wow. 23.
Boy, it must really be angry.
Huh. I think I'm just going up to 20 feet.
Well, they're small now. They can't reach you they probably can't reach you at 10. Probably.
Okay. Probably.
Yeah, so yeah, Saphir gets burned. And we come around to Tessa's action again.
But Saphir is strong, right? She has...
Saphir is strong.
She can take a bit.
I can take it.
Okay, Tess is going to try to rock the pudding to sleep. Okay.
Ah, verb, to
1d20.
cause something or someone to sway by hitting them with it.
Ooh. Tess missed with her rock. She got a 1d20 plus 2, and that was a 2. If it's any consolation, the 2 and the 20 are right next to each other. Saria. Saphir has been hit hard by this pudding. Are you sure you want to get close to it? Probably should. And by the way, you're muted.
Oh.
Well, shit. Yeah, I'm going to anyway.
It's not like we were ignoring you, we just couldn't hear you.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to anyway.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Yes.
Smack that pudding.
That's a 12.
12 hits.
Awesome.
I think you're going to do it this time because you do 3d6 damage with that thing.
Yep.
And it only has 3 hit points.
Ooh. That is...
Wait, it does a billion dice of damage and it's got 3 hit points.
Fort.
Okay, yeah, she smacked that pudding up. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I was noticing that the damage is not reduced if the thing is split. Or at least there is no concession for that in the stat block. That's an interesting thing.
Uh-huh.
And I bring this to your attention because the next one has clambered up to. It's not up to the trap door yet, but it is in sight. You'll still be able to make ranged attacks at it. Actually, no. No, the one is in the basement. This might be a better time to throw rocks at it.
Rocks.
And that would be Warren's time to rock it.
Hit it with
20
a
to-
rock.
20 to hit, 6 damage. That does indeed smack into the pudding. And the rock kind of makes it wobble and wiggle and maybe sweat a little. Sweaty pudding. Ew.
Sweaty pudding. Ugh.
Yeah. Argyle.
Yes.
Yeah, you can fly above the hole and shoot straight down at it.
Yep. That's what I'm going to do. And I hit.
Mm-hmm.
But this time only 2 damage.
Yeah, it is still down there.
Mm-hmm.
And probably still going to cause trouble if it gets back up here. Fortunately, we have other people that are going to work to prevent that, like, say, Thagak. There is one down there.
Yeah, well, it was a good line. I guess it just didn't hear that one, so I'm going to say it again. Grandma. Actually, I'm going to elaborate. Yeah, I would prefer Grandma's Cajun liverwurst pudding. And so it saves.
Well, first it has to save. And it does not.
Okay, so the die roll. Okay, D20 divided by 5.
What kind of die are you rolling?
A D20.
Well, you're rolling a D20 to get a D4 result.
Yes. So
Okay.
1 to 5 is 1. 6 to 10. I got a 16, so that's 4.
Yeah, so that further reduces it. And this very slack, very shabby, very shambly small pudding makes its way up the wall. It is not quite up to the trap door.
It's all thin and watery now, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that would be a visual representation of the fact that it has disadvantage while the duration lasts.
There's that too. So back around the test, who can throw a rock at it? I'll be nice and roll this die instead, which hits. Doing the 1d4 plus 2. That is enough to smack into that last pudding and make it discorporate as well. You have a big black mass down there. Not in a fun way.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Didn't we manage to discorporate one?
You did manage to discorporate one.
Of the original 2.
Of the original 2, you did defeat one.
Okay.
And you broke up the second one into a few pieces and defeated them individually.
Right.
The puddings are dead. Long live the keg tap.
Yay!
Yay!
Now the question. Now, having black puddings running around in that basement has maybe caused you a few problems if you want to get back down to the sub basement.
Well, Argyle can go down there now that there's no longer, and then we can tie off a rope up here.
Yep, the ladder's not in the way.
Yeah, I'm going to fly inside to take a look at how much damage there is, and if the old cookbooks are still okay, that are still down there.
Okay, first, the damage to the basement. That is a wooden floor, and the floor, 10 feet of 10 feet of floor going from the trapdoor across to going to the sub-basement trapdoor to the under this trapdoor has been eaten away.
Mm-hmm.
The ladder leading up from the basement to the upstairs has also been eaten away because that was just wooden stuff.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to need a rope, maybe with knots, just because. Now, from the basement to the sub-basement, that is a difficult climb because that was metal rungs driven into set into the tile, and the metal rungs have dissolved.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Ah, yeah, like the weapons. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, on the bright side, if you can just sort of brush the used pudding aside, used pudding. Mm-hmm. If you can get the used pudding aside, you have a straight fall down to, or maybe not a straight fall, but a straight climb down to the sub-basement.
Mm-hmm.
The question left, I guess, is that when the things were climbing the walls, did they climb up the bookshelves and dissolve the books?
Yes.
That's the question.
Yes,
and you get down there and you see that some of the bookshelves under the... Okay, there was a sort of mezzanine to the sub-basement and a sub-basement below that. The bookshelves around here on either side have been basically turned to mush. But there were bookcases set into the wall on the back of the chamber, and those appear to be still intact.
Wonderful, wonderful.
So now, the lore is preserved. Good.
The lore is preserved.
Is there something about beer, something important looking?
Something about beer in this basement? Can you be a little more specific?
Is there something that some old book that has the vibe, that gives off the vibe to be especially important as a book?
Well, you're not going to find the Sudsonomicon down here if that's what you're thinking.
No, I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking in the interest of the inn.
You can find
property of the inn, so you know.
Yes, it's all property of the inn anyway.
Okay, digging around those shelves, I'm also going to say you find 55 gold.
Wow, from old times, so ancient.
Yeah,
gold.
so these are old gold coins, which still ought to spend because there is a sort of standard among gold coins that these adhere to. But you might get some funny looks when you use them, so that's something to consider.
They technically belong to the inn as well. I'm not so sure. I think we should give them to the inn owners. So maybe they will give us something of them as a reward, I hope. But I guess they are.
There are numerous books there that you're pretty sure that Jody would go gaga for.
Okay, one of them I take to bring so she can see it. And I'm also taking the 50 gold, 55, was it?
55 gold.
55 gold. Yeah, so I'm telling you all about the find. And
there are books of beer recipes, books of food recipes to serve with beer. There are whole tomes on running and managing an inn.
I think she knows how to run and manage.
Is anything left of those brewing vats?
The brewing vats are perfectly intact.
Which is interesting if there was black pudding, because they are metal, right?
Yes, they are.
but the black pudding lived inside of those things, so it
For
was
whatever,
its
for
home.
whatever reason, they seeped in there and used them for, I don't know, containment, sleeping nook.
Dissolve them.
Didn't dissolve them, no.
They're
Didn't dis-
probably magical. The only question is anyone going to want to drink anything that came out of there after what's been living in it?
I don't know.
Well, my grandma might be interested.
We can probably, they can probably be cleaned by magical means.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can be, because I myself have prestidigitation.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that now. I'm just taking one of the books about beer types and the 55 gold and come back up.
Okay, some of these books aren't that big, and you can probably take 3 or 4 of them to her, if you like.
Okay. I will do that.
55 gold, a book of beers, book of foods, a book of bar tales that you find there, and let's not forget
bar
the wooden box. Bar tales.
Yes. The wooden box I had already with me.
Mm-hmm. Right on point as soon as I see that.
So I tell you about the 55 gold and about my opinion that it belongs to the inn.
Yes. Well, I'll see. Once we hand them over, I'm definitely going to try and negotiate for rights to at least take a look. But that's all separate from this. So yeah. Chaotic neutral, though. Right away, I'm scheming on. I'm assembling an argument why we should each get a cut, and I'll take that one as mine. But I'll maybe I don't. It's not worth an argument right now, so I'm not saying anything. I'm just trying to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chaotic evil, lawful neutral. Chaotic neutral, lawful evil.
Right.
Just pointing that out.
Right. So arguing from principle is not something you want to do with someone like that.
Yeah, they have strange ways of using principle, both of them, but those ways are completely different.
Right.
Severe's like, well, we are doing them a pretty significant favor. On the other hand, it was found in this place's basement, so then again, it's pretty old.
Yep.
The house had pretty much fallen apart around it.
Well, there has to be a way to divide it equitably between ourselves and the lady.
Yeah, well, we certainly divided that pudding equitably. So that was good practice.
Yeah. Making your way back to someplace.
To the inn.
Back to Newbury's Keg Tap, where some of you are looking a bit peaked. I believe Thagak and Saphir both had some severe pudding burns.
Pudding burns.
Yeah.
Do we?
It was a little overdone.
Is there something we can?
It wasn't as much trouble as Grandma's liverwurst pudding. Main problem with that one is keeping it from escaping while you're eating it. But so that was good practice.
Yeah, here's another issue. Saphir's armor, non-magical.
Non-magical.
It's just let me look quick at what I'm wearing. As far as I can see, it's just chain.
Yeah, -1 to AC. It's taken some damage.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah, well.
Come to think of it, Thagak's leather has probably seen better days too.
Yeah, well, it's probably a write-off, but it's not like I can't afford to replace it.
I'm gonna need to go get more.
Yeah.
True that. And you
oiled now.
and you, somewhat haggard, and haggard but pudding victorious, stomp into Newbury's Keg Tap, where Jody Newbury, behind the bar, looks up and, oh.
You noticed.
Yeah. You look terrible. Come on, sit down. Both of you.
So you should see the other guy. He's all runny. Last time we saw
the other guy ran away.
Running,
No. Dripped away, basically.
Okay, so the drip ran away.
The runny thing dripped away.
Okay, so what happened?
Let us explain.
And this is where the tale telling begins.
Exactly. Yeah. We tell the tale
and
make it heroic.
Given this particular tale, she sets you up with a full mug of whatever you want. Tankards all around, and by the end of the story, she's drinking from one too.
And we present her with the wooden box. And with the books from down there.
Oh, I'm gonna want to look at those later, especially that beer recipe book.
It's heritage from 500 or 450 years ago. So
I'm wondering if I'll still be able to get all the ingredients to this. This is going to be an interesting challenge.
It will be. Another interesting challenge is this here. And I present her with the sack full of 55 gold. We found this.
You know what? Finder's fee. Take it back.
Oh, thank you. That's awfully nice of you.
I think I owe you more than that. Because you... wooden box.
Yeah.
Oh. And as she picks it up, for a moment, she is lit from below, and her hair flies up behind her. After which, oh. Okay. Oh, I gotta try this out. Yeah.
Do that.
Okay, let's see. I think one of the kegs is empty anyway. This is a good time. Okay, she goes over to the rack, knocks on the bottom of each one. Okay, that one's empty, but might still have just enough left in it. She points she holds the keg tap side in hand, points it at the keg, lifts up with it, and the keg lifts out of the rack. She walks off with it into the back, and a moment later she returns, pushing another keg in its place, and sets it back in the same place in the rack.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yes.
It's a keg tap of beer cask levitation.
No, it allows me to control. It allows me control over beer. At least within certain restrictions.
That's what the keg tap does. You put it in a keg, and then you control all the beer in that keg.
Well, I don't even have to put it in the keg. I can just point with it. Now, there are some advantages if I tap the keg using this, but I think, given how much stock I go through, I think it's going to be an awful lot of use this way, too. I don't even need the keg around it. I could just control the beer.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
Oh. Wait, so...
A beer bender.
You're like...
Actually, yes.
You're a magician now. Saphira is just like eyes like this, just like... So, hey.
That's a story.
Beeromancer.
That's pretty fantastic. There was something said about drinks on the house.
Telekinesis,
right?
yes.
Well, we'll need a ladder up to the roof then.
I punched the bard in the arm probably harder than I intended.
Mhm.
For that terrible pun.
Mhm. I'm going to want to try some of this stuff out.
So
But
what
as
happens
for this,
if you do tap the keg with that particular tap?
the beer is purified and improved.
Ah.
Ooh.
This I'm going to say for the special reserve, but for the meantime, it has a place of honor in the bar. So she walks over to that box with the clear front and the velour inside, places the tap in there as in its place of honor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Where it should be. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And the light strikes it just so.
Saphir's like just about to take off his hat, just to like he's
Oh,
just
right. No, right. The shaft of light from a chink in the wall strikes at you.
this is a holy moment,
Yeah.
guys.
For certain values of holy.
There may be a little just so proud to have
Yeah,
done this.
I take my leather helmet, whatever, put it across my heart, and stand there in a moment of reverence.
We did good. We did good.
You did. Not that I bear any ill will against the bull in the bog, but they are so screwed. Darts night is going to get interesting.
By the way, we also tell them about the brewing vats, which are clearly magical in some way because they were intact. They're going to need to be retrieved somehow or other, or else left right where they are if you want to claim the property.
How big were they?
About so forth and so on. Wow.
That's at least 4 times larger than the keg than the brewers I'm using now. Could they even be got up from there?
Or does the property still belong to you? That would make it easier you could leave them there.
Oh God, I hope so. A long time ago, I think it was said that nobody quite knew where the Newberries got their beer from. Apparently, they made it in-house. Interesting. I'm gonna want to take a look down there soon.
Yeah.
Right.
And there are still more books like these down there in a shelf.
Yeah, before you go down there, you might want to take another sweep just to make sure.
And ladders.
Or squeegee. Yeah.
Yes.
And long ladders because the black puddings compromised the floor.
Oh, okay. I'll see what I can do about that.
Then again, first you got to lay the groundwork to claiming the property. Better do that before anyone goes down and takes a good hard look.
Yeah.
Let's see the land records. Cooper probably has those. And if that land is uncontested, well, as long as nobody else knows about this, I should be able to buy the land for a song if nobody knows about the stuff underneath.
Right.
Yeah.
She looks into the back. Bolin, take the bar for a little while. I need to run an errand in town. And one of the guys comes out front, sort of surveys the bar, looking at the situation, notices the keg tap in place. And she basically goes running off.
Cool. I think until she's while she's occupied with that, I'm going to make some runs with the broom to fetch the rest of the books, just so that they are already there.
Salvaged and cared for, just in case something else happens to that sub-basement.
Yeah.
Due to a weakened floor over it.
And because it's books and books equals lore, I'm going to go along just to make sure that nothing goes south on you while you're doing that.
Now, there's a question: can both of you fit on the broom at the same time?
Well, I can go on foot. Actually, come to think of it, though, we're all battle weary. You know what? He'll be okay. I'm sure he can handle whatever happens. So yeah, I'll just sit back with my mug of ale and say, you know, this reminds me very little of the time I was something. I'm going to go into another humorous story.
Right. The broom will hold up to, pardon me, 400 pounds.
400 pounds.
Its flying speed is diminished if you load it with over 200 pounds.
Okay. So 200 pounds is more than an Argyle, and 400 pounds is maybe three smaller people, three not so.
The question is an Argyle? Well, sort of a question is one Argyle plus one Thagak less than or more than 400?
Yeah.
Go on, have fun.
Okay. I'm just fetching the books.
So Argyle's retrieving books. What are other people doing? Okay, Warren's taking a rest.
I'm not really sure. I guess I could take a short rest. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, who is our loot keeper?
I think beer is what I'm doing. Probably.
Oh yeah, something else I should probably do.
Loot keeper.
By the way, could someone make a note of this for Jilly, because she was involved in the initial fight anyway.
Yes.
So I'll give her. So she's going to get part of this.
Of course.
That is 2,200 experience split among the 7 of you.
2,200.
That's about 300 and change. Isn't it?
I believe so. Plus, I'm going to reward you another 150 for finding the keg tap and books.
A piece?
A piece.
Nice.
150.
Okay, so 450 each.
Well, what is the 564 for?
Not wrong.
464.
464. It should have been. Yeah, 564 was 314 plus 250.
All right, 464.
Everyone gets 464 experience. And some of you may be edging just a little closer to next level.
Let me say it puts me just over 6,000. Wait a minute.
Some of you very close.
I am very close to 5th level. Cool.
And it's about time, I think.
Yeah. It's well past time.
55. 7.
6,014, that puts me at.
Ooh. At 6,500 is 5th level.
Sorry?
Well, next level is 6,500.
Right, wow. So close. So close.
So, and 7.8 gold for everyone.
Actually, later on when she returns, she'll bump that up a little bit. That's 10 gold for everybody.
10 gold for everybody. Yay.
Because you've done her a great favor and service. Now the question is, oh yeah, there's that possibility. little while later, Jody Newbury comes back, looking relieved and slightly amused. Yeah, Cooper couldn't find the old land records, but he let me have the he let me buy the land again for little enough money that I'm not terribly worried if the old records do turn up. That land is mine now, and I don't know, maybe I could expand the inn.
Ooh.
Kind of far away, though. I could expand the inn, or maybe see to at least putting those tanks to use, and I need to see them eventually.
Well, sure.
Well,
Well, it looks like
while
you're
we
on-
are at it, I could just show them to her. She can.
Now, okay, between the two of you, you are probably less than 400 pounds. So Jody and Argyle go flying off on his broom. She inspects the tanks. Oh, no wonder. Glass inside.
Glass inside.
These tanks were designed to be non-reactive.
But no metal. But metal on the outside hasn't been dissolved at all?
Metal on the outside hasn't been dissolved.
Okay. So that still suggests maybe
Some sort of magical effect in place.
Yeah.
I'm going to identify magical effects, if any.
Okay, so you're casting Identify in that basement there. And you are going to you are going to get a weak ping off of both of those tanks, suggesting that the brass was specially treated to keep it from corroding, since beer and alcohol and such can be a little rough on metal from time to time.
So it was exceptionally well made and magically reinforced brewing vats.
Yeah, just in case at some point the brewing process got way out of hand.
Yeah, as it clearly did once, at least.
So they should be worth a lot, even for people who are not using them. But worth
you bet
even
you bet I'm going to use these.
Worth even more for people who use them. Perfect. Now, all that remains is to put a house on top of this great basement.
A house or a small brewery. Oh, I could end up buying the bowl out. Maybe later. There's still some recipe books down here.
Yeah. And maybe Chile could help by expanding your business into other cities as well, because we talked about that. We could
franchise rights.
We could start little franchises of this. Spread the word, make people aware of these special brands of beer.
With these tanks, I could probably make enough brew to support an extra bar at least.
Yeah, so we could open bars in several cities. First of all, in what's the name?
Nelforge?
Are you thinking of becoming an investor?
Yeah, sure.
If you're serious, then I'm in.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to have a stake in a business.
Yeah, let's do that. And with Chile as
that steakhouse.
And I'm sure Jilly will be all about the idea.
Yeah. So we are just we
Once
are
Jilly gets wind of it, you wouldn't be able to get her off with a crowbar.
yeah we are laying the groundwork for a good franchise deal and let Chili hash out the details later.
Oh dear, did I accidentally throw this campaign a curve?
No, I think we
No.
did, and I love it.
It's gamers, Dave. Anything you throw out,
No,
something
I've
you throw out
had
is going to turn into a curve sooner or later.
I've had my characters like own a bar before in a game, and it was so fun. So I'm super excited to do the same thing again. It's really cool.
We'll see if that opportunity pops up. Oh, let's see. This is all so much to take in. So many recipes to review. So many kegs to push around.
Well, you don't have to lift all of them with the keg. With the tap. You do have me here.
Well, I do,
Just
but
ready to be ordered around.
well, using that is kind of fun.
I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try it?
I'm not sure you. Well, give it a try.
I will. I'll try to move a keg with the tap.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this one's running a little low. It could stand to be moved to the back.
All right, I will try to move it to the back.
Okay, you point the tap end of the tap at the barrel authoritatively and lift your arm.
Shit.
And the keg begins to lift out of the.
Saphira's like, oh, it's doing it! It's doing it! Ah,
I know, right? Yeah.
this is so cool! Guys, look, I'm doing the thing.
Let's get it. Okay, let's get it into the back.
Yeah, he'll start directing.
Hello, James. A few things happened while you were away.
Howdy,
Yeah.
did we kill a thing?
James, we
Yeah,
saved
We
the day.
did.
You killed a thing. You killed half a thing, and you killed 3/4 of a thing.
Oh boy.
Oh, and now we're big goddamn heroes, and we're gonna be opening franchises of the keg tap all over.
Yeah. And you get 464 XP, so 464 XP, and 10 gold.
And 10 gold. What happened?
Wait, 10 gold? Okay.
That we saved the place. Was there like a fire or an attack or something?
No, the beer, the keg tap for the beer is magical and useful. And the vats, the beer brewing vats down there in the under basement are specially made and
Which are now
magically
property of the
enhanced.
owner of the inn.
And are once more property.
Who went out to secure the rights to that land herself.
Mhm.
So we helped with the help them be a successful business kind of way.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, we're close to level 5. We're only like 500 XP away.
486, it's been pointed out.
So bad.
I'll see about arranging that in the next combat or two.
More puddings. I'll bring some more rocks.
Nah, I could do that thing.
The pudding is kind of rough.
Not
Let's
gelatinous.
fight like 10 ant eggs at the same time.
Yeah.
Ooh, I could do that. Yeah.
That'd be amazing. I love those guys.
Oh.
Come to think of it, you do still have a few things to resolve around town, don't you?
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got to get my axe fixed up.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Jody is directing Saphir, and then bring that keg over here.
He's obeying just happily.
Mm-hmm.
And we do need to work about Candace's legacy. Something about her being an heir of something that she doesn't even know what it is, but it makes her really nervous.
Mm-hmm. Maybe not necessarily the heir of something, but yeah, that is probably one topic you're going to have to visit in the near future.
Right.
Something magically slightly ominous.
Magically and more than slightly.
Is she going to replace That one angry storm deity in the cage. That would be crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't think Candace is going to replace Gillagius anytime soon.
Ah,
At least I hope not.
Yeah,
You do not want Gillagius to get out.
Oh no, we don't want Gillagius to get out.
Well, that's fine. He'll just run the estate like in her place, and he'll settle
No,
down.
he'll eat the estate.
No,
Who's the lady
because
that I'm helping?
Wash Cephalotville off the map.
But if we put him in charge of Cephalotville, maybe he gets responsible and settles down, becomes a
respectable member of the community.
right, a good member of the community.
On that.
No.
What if we roll all 20s though? Oh, look at that! I almost rolled a 20 right now. It's a 17, so like it could happen.
Then you'll have a combined low probability event to herald the destruction of everything. That would be, yeah.
But here's the thing: if you tried to do any of that stuff that you're saying you would do, then like that one busybody lady would like chew him out. So you wouldn't want that.
Until he eats her, and not in a good way.
But
she would definitely give him such a stomach ache. He would have no more energy for causing trouble.
Yeah, she is a bitter pill.
And she would haunt his ass too.
She would haunt his ass. She would never let him have any sleep. He would become a wreck of the horrific chaos god he used to be.
Right.
Did you ever see that robot chicken? The little sketch where Darth Vader is haunted by the Force ghost of Jar Jar.
Oh,
and like he couldn't do anything about it. It'd be like that, basically.
Horrid.
Oh, it's the best. Force ghost Jar Jar, yes. It just being all obnoxious.
Jesus.
Darth Vader's like, 6,014. Yes, that is the math that I did. Thank you.
So, the lady who runs the cake tub, what's her name again?
Jody Newberry.
All right, Jody.
Yeah, it's about the time you're trying to lift the fourth keg that the tap's not doing it for you.
Oh.
Oh.
Probably only works for a short time at a time.
Yeah, maybe. Well, sorry, Jody, but I can carry the rest without it.
Well, okay. It's just that I'll take that back. Well, it was useful while it worked. Whoa. Without realizing it, Jody picked up the tap, pointed it at a keg, and smashed it against a wall.
Whoa.
Oh.
There is now a free-floating ball of beer hanging in midair there.
Nice.
Is that what this does?
Yeah,
So it stopped working for me, but it kept working for her. Okay.
Wondering why that is. Let's see.
So is it just kind of floating now?
Yeah, it is. It is floating now. It is a large ball of beer just there in midair.
I'm gonna go in the back and grab a wash tub and like bring it out and be like, okay.
Oh, let me bigger than that. Get one of the empty barrels.
I have an idea.
How big is this?
I'm not sure you could drink all of it though, Jelly. I mean, Tess.
No, it's not for me.
Drink it.
Challenge accepted.
No.
Think about how much money you could make for like having this be an event or a competition, like free floating beer. You know, just have people go at it.
Hey, have you thought about having drinking contests here, Jody? I'll go hold up the barrel.
We could hold a contest like that on every Empire Day.
Who doesn't love that?
We could win
Give
it.
everybody a beer mug and let them dive.
And let them dip their own. Yeah, I'd be worried about double dipping.
So we can win it.
Right? Yeah. Think of it.
Could you?
I would
levitate
worry about people just walking into it and trying to inhale.
Well, I mean, you might want to do it with the higher proof stuff, so you know it would you wouldn't have to worry about it being all dirty and stuff. But that'd be so good. Can you levitate people who have drinks in their stomach, or would that just like tug at their stomach and make them not feel good?
That sounds like it would be incredibly painful. I don't want to do that.
I volunteer.
Anyways, yeah, Saphir wrestles a keg out into the open, out into the open there under the free-floating ball, and Jody sort of twists the tap, and the beer starts flowing into the little hole in the top.
Wow, that's awfully specific direction.
Control.
What Coy said, the bung hole.
Yeah.
So called because I think you have to bung a cork into it to keep it from leaking out.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So crisis averted, but you have that one little minor bit of mystery. Why did it stop working for her?
Oh dear.
Him, but still worked for Jody?
Yeah, why is that?
It sensed like destiny, like
Yeah,
who's destiny.
She's the true heir.
Huh. Air to what, though?
To the
Drinks.
Whoso pulleth out this tap from this cask and
Yes.
I mean, I guess.
Maybe it's intelligent.
There is a sure way you would know, Argyle.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot. Okay. Again, I cast Identify.
Okay, you cast Identify. Yes,
to find out.
yes. The tap will grant the holder pyrokinesis, basically, for what amounts to up to 1,000 gallons of beer at a time.
Okay.
3 times a day. But that restriction is waived if it's wielded by someone of the Newberry bloodline.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
When used to tap a keg, the beer that passes through is let's see, poisons are neutralized, and
Except the alcohol.
except the alcohol, because what would be the point otherwise?
Sorry.
And what else?
Let's see. 3 times a day, it will turn water to beer, but only up to 10 gallons at a time.
and also it will probably unskunk any beer that passes through it.
Yes.
I propose calling that lager kinesis.
Yes, lager
the sound of that.
kinesis. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty great.
Mm-hmm. Still, there are other things around town that need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, Candace's stalker, Candace's ghost, if they're not the same person.
Right.
Somewhere around here, there is that follower of Gillagius. There's Melitok's tomb. Oh boy, pardon. And it is suggested that Vanya Celebre, the bitter pill about town, may know something about its whereabouts in the Cave of Traitors.
Uh-huh. Right.
Who is in the Cave of Traitors?
The Cave of Traitors is called that because before the events of about 800 plus years ago unfolded, it was the beachhead for some of the resistance. That's how it got its name. That is the home of the Stone Table Room, the Resistance's barracks, a number of features that Vanya Celebre, I'm sure, would be all too happy to show you and describe in great length.
Right.
So Gillagius is the guy with the sea animals in air.
Yes, Gillagius is the mad god of storms and sea, who you
Right.
really don't want getting out of his cage.
And you may recall, I am certain that he takes the form of a giant cephalopod. That's why he's in Cephalotville.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
telling you, I will
so
insist
bad.
that's the head canon until until proven otherwise, and maybe even beyond that.
Until the cannon is used to shoot it out of his head.
Right.
And with that, I think we've done enough for today. I need to engineer a better crisis for next week.
Okay. Well,
and so I'm going to stop broadcast.
Okay, we'll be screaming and running around with our hands waving over our heads.